Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Avataro Sentai Donbrothers episode 28, and this episode is a weird one. It's a very lovey-dovey kind of episode, and we see that Ino brother slash slash Tsukasa is helping a Hitotsuki. We see he's helping Hitotsuki. He's helping Hitotsuki find this painting, or this he's helping this woman who has become a Hitotsuki find this painting. And we're gonna start off basically with he ends up we get reminded that he's a freaking fugitive. Like, for a while we haven't seen that. Like, for a while we haven't seen Ino brother being chased by any cops. So, and we also get the news that the bestial guy, the police, who was possessing like the police chief, we say that he has resigned. I guess so. All those people who were bestials in that last episode, basically have gone back to whatever realm that they come from. But yeah, he has resigned, and yeah, hopefully we'll see him again soon. And yeah, so we see that he's being chased by these people. He is chased by these cops. He ends up getting away as usual, and then he ends up meeting this woman who wants to go under like his tutelage, and he has to convince her that he basically tells her that, yeah, I'm not a thief, I'm really innocent. So she's trying to bribe him into helping her steal this painting called The Secret. And this painting is a very, very important and beautiful painting made by this artist who passed away, and the woman in the painting is her. She modeled for this painting, so she wants to end up getting it back, and she ends up bribing him into doing it, because she basically said that, oh yeah, well, if you don't help me, I'm going to tell everybody you're a wanted fugitive. And she does things like screaming and yelling, say, hey, there's a wanted fugitive over here. And she even uses was it a megaphone? Yeah, she ends up using a megaphone to just throw it out there that he's a fugitive. Also, we see that there are other people in the city who want this painting as well. We see that Kaito wants it. Kaito even wants this painting, and he's talking to Blue and Yellow, basically saying that, yeah, I want you guys to go to the auction and get that painting for me. And he's like, they're like, how are we gonna win this painting? He's like, oh, this cafe got a lot of money. And I'm like, Kaito, where you get all this money? Like, he has millions of dollars. Like, it gets there. Like, he has millions. Like, wow, Kaito, what you been doing, dog? The cafe ain't that damn good. Like, I mean, it's probably good, but I don't know if it's that damn good to the point where you've made over $10 million. $10 million with this thing. So we see that even Pink and his company, their big head boss, we don't see him, but he wants this painting as well. So we get the auction, and we see that throughout the auction everybody's bidding for it, stuff like that. But we did see that the girl, she could transform into a Hitotsuki, but she also can fight it. Like, she could do it at will. There are points where she's getting ready to turn into a Hitotsuki and she shrugs it off, or there are points where she does turn into a Hitotsuki and she resists the urge to actually hurt humans, actually hurt people. So she wants this painting. Like, that's her true desire, is to having this painting. So we get to the auction, and everybody's bidding for it. Everybody's bidding for it, stuff like that. And we end up seeing that she ends up bidding like 9 million, and because she lies to Tsubasa, telling her that she's actually very rich. And we see that everybody's there. We see that the rest of our rangers are there, and they're also bidding for this thing. We see that Pink, he ends up bidding like 10 million, 12 million. And I'm like, hey man, this painting ain't that. It got to the point where people were bidding so high. Like, when the girl, she bid like 9 million, everybody falls out their seat like, nah man, I can't do that. It's like, yo, like, okay, that's a thing. But so she ends up winning it. And when she ends up winning it, we see that the apprentice of the artist, the apprentice of the artist, he comes in, and he also has become a famous artist himself. He ends up coming in, and he ends up telling her like, oh, well, I'll give you like 9 million, whatever, to get this get this painting, right? And she ends up when he gives her the paint, when like she has the painting, she turns out the money that she gave to him was fake. And that's when she transforms to her Hitotsuki form, and that's when she drags Tsubasa with her. That's when the rest of the team, we see that Blue and Yellow are also there. They try to bid like the 10 million or whatever, but like Blue is like, no, that's enough, stop it. So they end up transforming and going after them, and that's when we get a whole big chase scene with Tsubasa and this girl, and it recycles back to how the beginning started. We see that they're chasing them around. He's technically kind of fighting everybody off technically, and we end up seeing that that's what Tato that's what Tato shows. That's what Tato and Pink ends up showing up. They show up, and they end up having to fight. They're trying to fight her off while also trying to get the painting back, while Tsubasa is also trying to fight them to protect her and stuff like that. And Tato asks him like, what you got going on? And he's like, why are you teaming up with Hitotsuki? And he's basically saying that I'm going to turn her back to normal. It's just that there's something she really needs to do. She's not really being destructive. She's not attacking people, or anything like that. So I'm trying to turn her back into any means. So that's when Jiru actually runs up there, and he ends up being taken over by Totobolt, or his darker side. And that's where they transform up, and that's when Tato and Tiger Jiru end up taking her out. So they still had the painting and everything, but they did turn her back to normal. But she transforms into her big giant demon form, and then that's when we get both of our Megazords in their smaller forms. But that's when Tato comes up and says, hey, it's time for me and you to combine together. And he was like, and Judo's like, wait, we can do that? Like, we can do that? It is like, all right. So they ended up combining together. And that's when we get the introduction to our base their Ultra Zord. And this thing, it looks awesome. He comes in on horseback, like this cybernetic digital horse. And it's a very good fight. The CGI actually does look pretty good here. Like, it does. Like, it really, like, I don't know what it was, but to me, like, the CGI in this fight looked pretty good. And this thing is, like, athletic. It's nimble. Like, yeah, it's big and whatever, but, like, the ultimate attack they have, first of all, Blue and Yellow, they attack with their butts. I don't know what this was. Like, this is weird. Y'all just threw that in there. I mean, it's Donbrothers. They do funny crap like that, but at the same time, I understand Blue attacking with his butt because he's a baboon, but Yellow, like, really, like, what happened here? But everybody else does normal attacks. We actually did see one of the attack with Jiru, well, Tiger Jiru and Inu brother, the tiger and the dog. They actually jump and make a wheel with each other, and we also see that Jiru is also, Jiru, he's in a dragon form with Tato riding on his back, which I thought was pretty cool visually. The whole attack was pretty good visually. But yeah, man, like, they kind of ended off, and that's they ended up defeating her, and they ended up getting the painting back. Early in the episode, we see that there was a fake version of this painting, but that was all orchestrated by the painter's apprentice. Basically, and the whole auction itself was also fake. They see that his apprentice also got inspired by Haruka, and she wanted to model a painting for him, but she ended up messing it up because they had to go fight, the girl. And we actually see that painting at the ending of the episode, but I'll get to that in a minute. So we see that they ended up we see that she ends up getting the real painting back, and she's like, all right, you got the painting. And then Tsubasa's like, all right, you got the painting back, what you gonna do now? And then she ends up taking, says, oh, there's one more thing I need to do. So she ends up going to like this little junkyard, and she ends up burning the painting. And then Tsubasa's like, what's happening? Why are you burning this? He was like, nah, this is what he wanted. So the whole reason why she wanted this painting back in the first place is because he felt like this painting was a failure. And he told her, like, if I were to ever die, I want you to burn this painting. So she fulfilled his final wish. And she did love him over time. While she's modeling for him, they ended up basically falling in love with each other. But he ends up passing, and yeah, so she ends up burning the painting, fulfilling his final wish. And we see Haruka go back to the cafe, and she brings Kaito the painting, but he thinks it's The Secret. That was the name of the painting of the girl. It's called The Secret. He thought it was The Secret, but turns out it was the painting that old boy made for Haruka. And turns out, since she messed it up, it looked kind of horrible. And basically, it was just her in a yellow dress, in a sun hat, blowing a yellow balloon. And yeah, turns out Kaito didn't want it because homeboy messed it up and he made her head and flee. It looked weird. And yeah, episode ends off right there. But next episode, we're gonna see the funeral for Sinoi. And we're going to get some more, probably a little backstory on Donbrothers. But yeah. Yeah, this was a funny kind of this was a funny episode, still very filler-ish, but it also introduced us to a new Ultra Zord, their new Ultra Zord, and was very, like I said before, this thing was very freaking cool, and I think the CGI was actually pretty good as well. Thank you for reminding us that Tsubasa is a freaking wanted fugitive, and us, them showing him being attacked by cops. And also, I'm still mad that he hasn't revealed himself to everybody else, and they don't know who he is yet. Like, I don't know how long they're gonna keep this going. Like, this is stupid at this point. It's old at this point. We need to do something about that. But overall, this episode was good. It was funny. Like a lot of things. We didn't see any Sarah Brands in this episode either. No Donbrothers, and saving all that for next episode. But other than that, what did you guys think of Avataro Sentai Donbrothers episode 28? What did you guys think? You guys let me know all that down there in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, stay henchioned.